What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Moments, Premier League edition, with myself, Mike. We got Nana in the house, we got Eddie, and we got a special guest that's joined us today. We've got Mr. Dwayne. Mr. Dwayne, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here,
Good. That's what we like to hear. Like, we appreciate you gracing us with your presence,
Anytime, man, anytime.
We don't like Arsenal fans, but, we're happy to have the man them on. So.
What do you mean we don't like Arsenal fans? Who's we?
Me and Nana.
Okay. How long you been a Chelsea fan, man?
Since 2000.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's trying rubbish,
man. The Rude Hullet days. The Rude Hullet days. When Vialli was player coach, them days there.
You sure it weren't 204, yeah?
Nah.
Hold on, I swear. Last episode, you said it was since the 90s. Now you changed it to 2000s. Make up your mind, bro.
Well, it was when Rude Hullet was there. That was like 99 coming into 2000. No, that's no. Sorry, no, it wasn't. It was 97. Sorry, I got my dates.
Exactly.
97, sorry. When we won our first FA Cup in 97, when Zola and Di Matteo scored. No, Eddie Newton and Di Matteo scored. At the old Wembley.
You sure?
Yeah. Against Middlesbrough.
You sure?
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure.
So before then, who did you support?
Who did I support? I can't even remember.
Before
so far back.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, moving swiftly on. Dwayne, obviously you're a new guest to the pod.
Yeah.
So if you could kindly introduce yourself. Obviously, we know you support Arsenal. But we'd like to know what's your earliest memory of football, and like why do you support Arsenal?
Earliest memory, consciously, would be World Cup '94.
Okay.
Why I supported Arsenal, Ian Wright. The good old days. That skill move against Leeds and a chip against John Lukic. And yeah, I fell in love ever since then, to be honest.
Okay.
Been an Arsenal fan since then. Good and bad times. Did
you ever go watch them in Highbury?
Yeah, first game my dad took me to, I think it was 95. I think it was 95. 1-1, John Spencer. I can't even remember who scored for. I think it was Ian Wright, but yeah, John Spencer scored for Chelsea. It was 1-1. He's a Chelsea fan as well. But that was when they were not so good.
Yeah. Is that when they were sponsored by Commodore?
Yeah, way back in the good old days, man. Mark Steen and them guys.
Yeah, Gavin Peacock.
and a legend, Frank Sinclair.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we don't talk much about him. Mr. Own Goal himself.
Mr. Own Goal, up there with a record, innit?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, who's your all-time favourite footballer?
Arsenal, or just we talking any footballer?
Any footballer.
I'm gonna say Bergkamp.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Bergkamp. My actual favorite, it's weird. As a footballer, it's Bergkamp, but my favorite Arsenal player is Patrick Vieira. It's weird, but then it's Bergkamp. I just appreciate more. The guy was just, he's just graceful.
Yeah.
Best, and I'm all about technical players. So yeah, I would say Bergkamp's probably the best player, but Vieira is my favorite. It's weird.
Okay. Why Vieira?
Then I just had everything, man. It just had everything. It's just the attitude, the skill level. There's everything about his game, man. And I was a centre midfielder myself coming through the youth ranks. So yeah, he was everything I wanted to be, but I was more of a flair player than him, to be honest. But he just epitomized everything about Arsenal, man. Okay. When he came through the ranks.
I was watching like an interview that you were doing, and you were saying that like he wasn't really one that like shouts on the pitch and stuff. He was more of a leader based on like his performance. Because I think people used to think that he was like aggressive. I mean, obviously he's aggressive with his play, but like aggressive, like shouting at people and stuff like that. But he said he wasn't even like that.
I think it's something you grow into, and I think he grew into it, man, with the characters that were around him, man. So you had Keogh and you had Adams. When he initially came, it was all about the football, but as you get older and you're around other leaders, it sort of rubs off on you, innit?
Yeah,
I think very, very similar to Gerrard, because Gerrard said he was a shout out, but when you actually watched him play, he was shouting quite a lot, bro. But he let his football do the talking at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to back it up, innit? You have to be able to back it up. You could shout all you want, but your football has to back it up at the same time.
That's true.
So yeah, no, he definitely yeah, he just epitomised everything about what I love about football and a centre midfielder. How we could do with him right now, to be honest.
you got party in it. You got Thomas Party, man. He's coming through.
Yeah, he's the bro. He's my guy, bruv. My Ghanaian brother, fam. Yeah, he's the baller. I wanted him at Arsenal for a few years now, to be fair, but yeah, he's still no Vieira in terms of attitude. But as a footballer, yeah, he's definitely got everything Vieira's got. But Vieira, just like I said, his attitude, man. He had that presence on the pitch.
But I feel like everyone, when you off the pitch, you're different to when you're on the pitch, because on the pitch is passion and there's blood flowing and like, do you know what I mean? Like even me on the pitch, I'm different to when I'm off the pitch, because I zone in. Like as Dwayne made, like me and Dwayne played together quite a lot, so he sees how I am on the pitch. Or even when it's game time, I don't talk to my opponents, even if I know you. Like, okay, I'll say safe to you, like keep moving onto after the game, because I want to be zoned. I want to be able to get the win. If I don't get the win, I'm vexed. Do you know what I mean? So I want to get that win, and then I'll laugh with you. So I think that's what Vieira was like as well, and some other players.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So right now, obviously, we're seeing like Mo Salah playing out of his skin.
Hold on. Before that, Nana, you're right.
What do you mean?
Oh, hello, Nana. I didn't know you were there.
He said Mo Salah, and your face went all like, no.
I've had the same face. I
saw your face change, man.
To me?
Yeah, man.
Listen, he was my captain, bro. So, man ain't sour around here.
But yeah, like this season, we're seeing Mo Salah like play out of his skin. You know, we've seen him play to these levels before, but I think this season is like a different kettle of fish. So, can we say that Mo Salah is the best player in the world right now?
I think Nana should go first, because he's just recently got a taste of it. So
I don't think he's doing anything more than what he was doing in his first season, though, because his first season when he came, he did tear the Premier League up. So I'm not sure if he's really raised it another level, or maybe it's just the fact that the last 2 seasons he probably wasn't scoring as regularly or showing as much form. Because I think there was the season, was it last season, where there was 3 people that drew on 22 points each?
Oh yeah.
Aubameyang, Salah, and was it Harry Kane that finished on 22? Was it Mane? Sorry, yeah. And then the season before, but I mean, he's on fire, and he's doing his thing. But I feel like this was we're seeing what he did in his first season, when he first came through Liverpool, and he was really scoring. In terms of taking it to a next level, I think, you know, as fans and as pundits, we sort of were quick to forget other seasons where people have done things. It's like similar to Robert Lewandowski, you know. It's not that he's raised it to another level. He's just doing it consistently. So we think that it's a higher level than what he's doing it. But, you know, some people maintain the same. But yeah, you know, I think he's taking more of his chances. He's scoring more of the chances he gets, rather than normally he would get 4 chances and he'd maybe score 2. And now he's taking 3 out of the 4. So, yeah.
I feel like him and Mane have swapped, because Mane used to be that guy that used to finish his chances. But now he's like fluffing his lines recently.
Now, what I would say is, I wouldn't say Salah is the best player in the world. Like, he's the best. He's at his peak, like, as in he's performing the best probably in the Premier League right now. But when we talk about best player, it doesn't mean goal scoring or anything. We talk about like attributes. You know, like what you bring to your team, apart from obviously, you know, goals do win games, but how do you influence your team to win a game when you don't score as well? So I think we focus a lot, especially this generation, like a lot on goals. If someone's scoring goals, oh my God, he must be the best. No, he's doing his job. Like Balotelli said, when the postman posts your mail, he doesn't celebrate. Do you get what I mean? But I get it. It's a talking point, but you can't say he's probably the best player in the Premier League as of now in terms of his performances. But if you want player for player, everyone would choose probably a different player.
All right. So going by what you just said, if we take away goals and we just go by performance, would you say Firmino is performing better than him? Because obviously he brings a lot to the team in terms of what he's asked to do.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Firmino's performing better than. I think Salah's performing better than Firmino. But if you ask me somebody like, for example, like Andy Robertson or something, or someone like that, somebody that's dogged, that is up and down on his flank, defending and attacking. He influences both defensive and attacking. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, Salah's gonna get a limelight because he
scoring the goals.
Inevitably gets the goals, and like the glitz and the glamour and that. So yeah, that's what I believe anyway.
Okay. Dwayne, what about you?
It pains me to say, because I'm not a fan of him, to be fair, but I do respect what he's doing, and I would probably say in world football right now, he's the most effective player. I wouldn't say he's the best.
Yeah.
He's not the best on the eye, but he's the most effective. One thing I would say about him is I've watched him for a long time now. I actually liked him from he was at Basel. I wanted Arsenal to sign him back then because he's got an eye for a goal. He's a great finisher. He's always been a great finisher. He's very efficient in and around the box. He's up there with the best when it comes to getting anywhere around 20 yards out from the box. But this season, for me, he's actually making goals. He's sharing the ball. He's causing all sorts of problems, man. I mean, I've got to say, bruv, he is probably the best player right now. I've been thinking whilst you lot have been talking, and I actually can't think of anyone better than him on form right now. Because I know what Eddie's saying, it ain't all about goals. This was the whole Messi, Ronaldo argument, because everyone seems to talk about goals when it comes to them too. But he's actually making goals, man. He's causing all sorts of problems. He's just a problem right now, man. There's no one performing to that level right now.
Yeah.
And he should win Ballon d'Or, if I'm being honest, because if Messi gets it, that'll be fraudulent. Because the last this season, we're talking about this season, Messi ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
Salah's just been red hot, man. He's been red hot. I gotta give credit when it's due. Not a fan. He's been very selfish previous years, but this season, I don't know. It might be the whole the contract curse, because you look at Aubameyang on contract year. So many players on contract year
playing for that contract.
Yeah, they play for that contract, playing out of their skin. And I gotta be honest, man. Best player probably in world football right now.
Because they're the same about Rudiger as well. I was gonna say Rudiger.
Rudiger's looking like a madman.
Yeah.
Do you think players actually play for a contract? I mean, if you're a player, and let's say you've got a club that you've dreamt of playing as a kid, or you wanted to play for, if you're coming to the last days of the contract at your current club, knowing that you might want to move somewhere else if the opportunity came, would you say that they're playing for the contract, or it's more the club have got to be the one to try and hold on to that player? Because I hear people saying he's playing for the contract, but if his mind is elsewhere, and if that club that he wants to play for was an option, is he really playing for the contract, or is he just showing that club, this is what this is the kind of player you've potentially got, but it's more down to you than me to come up with what needs to be done to get that contract signed?
No, what I would say against that, I'll just answer the question, my opinion. If you actually look at it, right now they're in loggerheads in it. He's asking for 500k. Liverpool are contemplating whether he's worth that. Right now, he's showing he's worth that. This is the problem with Aubameyang. He wanted 350k. Arsenal saying, "Are you worth that?" He goes and wins your FA Cup. You have to give him that, don't you? So right now, he's doing crazy stuff right now. Crazy stats, playing crazy. He's asked for 500k. Right now, what's everyone saying? You got to give him 500k in it, because your performance is talk.
Yeah. Also, it's like an audition for other clubs as well, because if your current club is not gonna show you what you're worth to them, then someone else will. So if you're asking for like 500k and you're performing like you deserve 500k, someone will come in and just say, "Yeah, we'll give you the 500k. Come to our club."
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. That's fair.
The Rudiger situation, he's on 100k right now, and I think he's asking for double. Now
he wants 300. No, Bayern Munich.
No, he wants more than that. He wants more than that, Matt. He wants more than that.
More than 200k.
One of your top earners.
Yeah,
he wants your top earners.
Our top earner.
I would say rightfully so, to be fair, because I think he's been one of your best players for the last since Tuchel's come in.
Because our top earner is Lukaku on like 300k, and then after that is Kante. I think he's on about 250 or something like that. But then I can see where Rudiger's coming from, because someone like Kepa is on 150 something, and he's on the bench.
Crazy.
So if he wants to be in line with them kind of players, it makes sense because he has been performing. But then he knows that people are going to come in for him and give him that money. So
it's like an auction. It's auction, ain't it?
He's more holding the club to ransom than the club holding him.
Yeah, essentially.
And I think it's the same with Salah. He's holding them to ransom. So,
but see,
I'm sure he'll take that Real Madrid move.
The difference
if that Real Madrid move comes.
Yeah. Because I think with Salah, the Liverpool situation is that obviously they've clearly got a cap. I think Virgil van Dijk's on like 200k. So I don't know if they want to go above that. And if he's asking for like 500k, that's like way above their actual salary cap.
I don't know if he's asking for that. That's a bit mad.
But okay,
he's asking for that.
Let's say it was even 300,000.
Okay.
Let's say it was even 300,000. You know, are they thinking, do we want to give you more than Van Dijk, or do you know what I mean? So,
well, he is their most important player, if you're being honest.
He is, but it all depends on but it all depends on their structure, innit? Because if their structure is like, the maximum we give our top earners is 200k.
They say no player is bigger than the club.
He'll have to fall in line if he really wants to stay at Liverpool.
Well, the question is, if you lose Salah, who do you bring in to replace him? That's the question. And how much are you going to pay for that? So you might as well give him 500k, innit?
Well, that's true. There was talks about them getting Mbappe. I don't know why there was talks about them getting Mbappe.
I don't know where that came talk. I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard that talk. I heard that
Real Madrid. He's going Real Madrid.
But the fact of the matter is, like, Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool's a club that can afford to pay someone 500k. You know, it will do a lot of damage to that club because now you set the expectation. Like Man United, they set the expectation of paying clubs a higher wage, and now players are demanding it, right? And like rightly so, because if you're gonna pay, you know, Jadon Sancho 300 and something k a week,
crazy.
Why can't someone like, you know, a Haaland come in and say I want 500k?
That's true.
Oh, Haaland was close to $1 million. Haaland was close to $1 million a week.
What, a week? How much is he on at Dortmund?
Is
it maybe 100,000?
100,000? Yeah. See, the funny thing is, what's Bayern Munich's pay structure? Because I don't think they're paying anyone too crazy there, but players would always go there to you know what I mean?
Nah, they are.
Who's their highest paid player?
I think the highest paid is Neuer, isn't it? I believe it's Neuer.
And Lewandowski.
And Neuer's on like almost 400. He's on 300 or something. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, him. Muller's up there as well.
Yeah, but don't forget with Germany, the transfer fee is not crazy, but their wage structures, it depends on the club's model as well. Because obviously, when they buy a player, they tell the player like, "Boom, this is you can earn this, but you have to build it up." Whereas in England, they sign you and then they put you as like the highest earner because they want you to be at the club.
Yeah.
In Germany, you work your way up to be the top earner.
They've got a structure called the 52 man or something like that, where certain the way the club is run by owners, I think, is controlled by a certain amount of people. So it can never really be like it can't get too crazy or something like that. It's called the 52 rule or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but they've got good structures in Germany.
And I think the fans have a percentage in the club as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dwayne, we had this debate in the last episode, but we didn't really like go into it too much. But I thought I'd bring it into this episode. But I asked the question, who is the better footballer? Alan Saint-Maximin or Jadon Sancho?
Jadon Sancho is a better footballer. Once again, Saint-Maximin is more effective.
Okay.
I think he's more of a problem. Sancho's got so similar traits to Pepe, or one of our boys, and I've got question marks whether he's going to make it in the Prem, because I don't think he's got that mentality. Saint-Maximin is more effective.
Because the reason why I asked the question, and obviously, like Eddie was saying, you know, we focus so much on stats and stuff like that, but I just wanted to look at the impact that he's had since he's been in the Prem in comparison to Sancho coming in, especially with what he's done at Dortmund. You know, he's come in 7 games into the season, he scored no goals, no assists. Whereas
they call him 007. They call him 007. That's what they call him in Germany.
That's all right. Yeah. And obviously, Saint-Maximin, he's done bits for a poor Newcastle side. He's still been able to assist, score goals, you know, make a difference. You know, so that's why I posed the question, Eddie, Nana, you don't want to touch on it?
Yeah, but it's easy to have an impact when there's no expectation on you. There's no pressure on you. If St. Maximin was at a Chelsea, at Arsenal, or Tottenham, or even at Liverpool, who's to say he'd be performing he'd be just as effective? We're yet to see. But Sancho, again, it's not his fault. He's come to Man United for a big fee and he's on big money. But I always said he's not going to be the same player at Dortmund, because at Dortmund you've only got Bayern Munich really as a competition for him, and more time he's one-on-one with players in the Premier League. Like I said, someone like a Norwich defender can keep up with you, like power and speed.
Yeah,
they can match you like more or less, especially when you're on the ball, because obviously on the ball you move slower than when you are without the ball. So I think he needs to adapt. But then again, we saw him perform for England, which wasn't the greatest. So why would then Man United stick their next out and go for a player that Man City didn't even want back? Do you know what I mean?
I think the Ronaldo signing has really messed him up though, because it's not really giving him the rhythm to adapt. Because he would have been. No, I was going to say he would have been playing, because Greenwood probably would have played up top if it's not Cavani. Because Greenwood is in form, so he wouldn't have been dropped. Hence why he's playing ahead of Sancho. Like even Rashford has come back, and Rashford comes straight into the team ahead of Sancho. That's mad.
It's a terrible signing, man.
Like I said, and plus they had Lingard. Like, I don't even know why they needed Sancho, because to me, Lingard is being overlooked for no reason. Like, he's actually an effective player, and he's proven it.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, that's me.
Nana, as a Man United fan. Yeah.
I mean, I've got nothing against the player. I think it's where he's at. I think it's where the time he's coming to the club, and the club that he's at the current moment is telling more than what he is. Because again, we've seen him at Dortmund. He done his thing. I feel a lot of players, like Eddie said, when you go to certain clubs, different expectations, and I think different players can bring out a certain attribute within you that improves your game. So I wouldn't say, it's him down and he's rubbish or he's not performing. Certain people aren't meant for certain clubs. I don't think it's a right fit. And, Jadon might not be the fit for Man United under Oli, but a new manager that comes in, you might see a different Sancho, and then everyone's talking differently. So,
that's a good point.
I always give the benefit of the doubt to players now to say, maybe if there was at a different club, it might be different. Pepe at Arsenal, he's not performing, but a Pepe at West Ham could be a different Pepe we're seeing. And then we're asking, why isn't he couldn't do it at Arsenal? Yeah. Just certain players just might not fit a certain club that we think they might fit, So until we see that, we shouldn't really make judgments, because there's hardly players you can name. Not too many players you can name that have gone to every club and done what they've done. I.e., we always talk about Salah and De Bruyne at Chelsea, Lukaku at Chelsea, but they've gone to other clubs and they've done what they've done. So sometimes it's just the club and the timing wasn't the right fit, but they go somewhere else and, things change.
Or like Forlan when he was at Man United.
Yeah, Diego Forlan, Giuseppe Rossi, sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Varane.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gnabry.
Gnabry was young. People
we can shout out Arsenal players.
No. Hold on.
It was a long list. Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Hold on.
Yeah, the Gnabry one's a bit mad still.
Hold on. Gnabry was young. He was like 17, 18 with a lot of injuries. Bro, we knew Arsene Wenger and Arsenal fans knew Gnabry was going to be a star. But it's just at the time that the players we had, he couldn't justify playing him week in, week out. That's all it was. And then he needed to go somewhere to get game time. And he went Hoffenheim and he got game time in a lesser league. And he's playing for Bayern Munich, looking amazing. Don't get me wrong, but he's playing for the best team in Germany. Who's
essentially like a City, innit? Equivalent.
Well, not even more, because City have got competition. Bayern Munich can literally play their bench and still win 4-0 against majority of the teams. So again, unless Gnabry comes and proves himself, obviously Champions League is different. You play better teams and stuff, but he needs to me come back to Arsenal per se and prove that okay, I can do this consistently as well. Then I can be like, okay, yeah, maybe
So do you think in this current Arsenal team he would be able to?
In this current Arsenal team, he will start. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Who would you play him over though? You think he could come and take Saka's place?
No, I mean,
take
You
out
play him off the
Odegaard.
left, innit?
yeah,
You
I
play
mean,
him
I'll
off the
play
left.
him,
He's cutting on his right foot.
yeah. And obviously you rotate Odegaard and then Smith Rowe. That's it. And Saka as well. All of them can like interchange because Gnabry can play a 10 as well if you need him to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's
do the round robin. Let's do the round robin.
You want the round robin? Okay, cool. Let's do that. You kicking it off, Edmundo?
Yeah, because time is going, so let's do it. Right, so I'm gonna kick it off. Yeah, I'm gonna ask each of you a question, and you have 10 seconds to answer. Like I'm not businessing today. Who wants to go first?
You.
Alphabetical order.
Yeah, let's put Nana out of his misery. Right, Man United. I've got two. I'm gonna ask this one because I don't believe you're gonna get this one. How many goals did David Bellion score for Man United in his Premier League career?
David Bellion. That is a mad name to bring up.
Fake Henry.
3.
3, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have you know you was close. He scored 2.
2. Oh, okay.
Yeah. In 24 games for Man United in the Premier League. Yeah. All right, Mike.
Yes.
The 1999 fixture between Arsenal, the legendary 1999 fixture between Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea and Arsenal, because Chelsea was at home. Obviously, Arsenal won that game. Can you name me the 3 that were in your central midfield that game?
3, yeah?
Okay, yeah, 3, yeah.
Dennis Wise, Gus Poyet, Mario Stanic.
No. I'll give you another go. All of their players had D's in their name. File.
Di Matteo.
No. Right. So it was Dan Petrescu, Didier Deschamps, and Dennis Wise.
Oh, so I got 1. Dan Petrescu. He was a right back. What's he doing in midfield?
He started playing centre midfield though. late 90s.
Oh.
Don't forget, he started supporting Chelsea in 2000. Remember, he said that. So,
this guy trying to catch me out.
Mr. D Dubs, I've got 2 questions for you, but I'm going to ask you the easiest one.
Why? No.
I'm going to ask you the easiest one.
Your guest.
I feel like you'll get this one. Okay, I'll ask it anyway. How many Premier League appearances did Martin Keown make in the 03-04 season for Arsenal?
You know what this is? I know it's not even. It's about. He just about qualified for a medal, innit? So it's either 10 or 11, bro. I don't even think he qualified for a medal. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go 10.
Yeah, you're right. He got 10. The last game he came on for like that. Yeah.
So you did qualify then?
He did. Just.
Yeah, he did. I couldn't remember old age. I
But
can't remember, bro.
But nowadays, I think you don't even have to make 10 appearances.
Yeah,
No, you do.
What, in this day and age?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay. I thought it changed.
You have to play at least 10 games.
Oh, okay.
That's my questions done. Who's going next?
I'll go next. All right, I'm gonna come to you first, Dwayne.
What's this, man? Go on.
All right. I think I'll save this one for Eddie. How many points did Arsenal achieve in the double winning season of 01-02?
My God. It's in the 80s, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Guess.
I'm going 86.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm guessing it's in the 80s, but I'm gonna go 86. Why not?
All right, cool. I'm gonna throw it to you, Eddie. See if you get it.
When
01-02 season when you lot did the double.
I think we lost a few games. I think it was 70. Was it 73? I think.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Dwayne, you were the closest. 87.
Oh my God. Yeah, I knew it was in the 80s. I couldn't remember what, man, to be honest.
Missed out by one. Good guess though. That was a good guess. All right. Eddie, what was Arsenal's biggest win in the invincible season in 03-04?
You should ask me that question, mate. as in what, their win margin or the correct score?
Correct score.
Oh, man.
And who they played?
Oh, see, he always changes it.
Okay, tell me what the margin was. Tell me what the margin was. Okay, tell me what the margin was.
The correct score or the margin? Did they like I can say they won by 4 goals, like a 4 goal?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, you can answer that way. It's not the answer I was looking for, but
no, but that's what I'm saying. You tell me the answer you want, and I'll.
No, I want the score and who they played against.
The score and who they played against.
Or tell me the score, and then you get a bonus for if you know who they played against.
I don't know if it was this team though. Well, wait. 03-04. I've got 2 teams. I think either Middlesbrough if they were in the league or Leeds.
Okay.
Actually, no, Leeds got relegated.
I'm going Middlesbrough 5-1, but I'm not sure.
Why you answering my question? It's my question.
Sorry, bro. I'm just, I thought you needed some help.
I would have threw it to you.
I would go with Middlesbrough 7-0.
7? What?
7-0.
Did we
I remember that game. So I remember a game like that. Middlesbrough got pumped by someone. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah, because we beat Middlesbrough 7-0. We beat Everton 7-0. So I know that for sure. But I don't know if Middlesbrough was in the league that time. But I'll go with that. If not, it'll be Leeds 4-0 when Henry scored 4 goals. But yeah.
So which one are you going with? The Middlesbrough one?
Yeah, 7-0.
Okay. Dwayne, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Middlesbrough. I think it was Middlesbrough. I think it was 5-1. Something's telling me I got the wrong year, but I think it was 5-1 Middlesbrough.
Okay. All right. So you lot ready for the answer?
Yeah.
All right. So the answer is it was 5-0 versus Leeds.
Oh, that's a 4.
It's mad, isn't it?
You were close, Eddie. When you was like, "Oh, Leeds weren't in the league," then I was like, I think that's the season that they went to the semis, isn't it? Or was it not?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So that's the answer. All right, Nana, coming to you. Can you name your top goal scorer in the 2011-2012 season? Bonus point if you tell me how many goals he scored.
Wayne Rooney with no shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go Rooney.
Okay.
25.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well done. Great, correct. But it was 27 goals.
It was 27.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking, either 25 or a bit more, but I wasn't too sure.
Does anyone know who the top scorer was in that season? Like in the Premier League?
What year was it?
2011, 2012.
Drogba, wasn't it?
So Eddie, you said Drogba. Dwayne, you said
Drogba wasn't there. It was Drogba.
Who did Dwayne say?
Van Persie, isn't it? Van Persie.
Yeah, Dwayne's right. He scored 30 goals for Arsenal.
Amen.
Oh yeah.
He went to Man United, I swear, the next season, bro.
Yep.
Amen.
24 goals.
Cool.
Cheers.
Who's next?
Giving them to us to win the league.
No, Dwayne.
Cool. I'll go next.
Go on, Nana. I'm not prepared. Go on.
Cool. First question to Eddie. Should I do this right? How many assists did Patrick Vieira get for Arsenal?
Why you always ask me these assist stuff, bro? Oh, in his whole time in the Premier League, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think he got that many. I'll say 20, 26. I'll say 26.
26, final answer, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to give a guess, Dwayne?
What was the question, sorry?
How many assists did Patrick Vieira get for Arsenal in the Premier League?
Collectively?
Yeah.
Assists were harder to come by then, man. That's a hard one. I'm going to say in the 20s. Yeah, I go about 26, 28. I guess, I'm guessing.
Cool. Answer was 37.
37.
It's impressive, right?
Yeah.
Not too bad. I think him and Gary Neville was the same.
Yeah, well, when you're whipping them in from the halfway line, bro, you've got more of a chance.
That's why he played longer as well.
That's true.
He definitely played
This one
longer.
might be, it depends. So, Dwayne,
Yeah.
what team did Samir Nasri make his debut against for Arsenal?
That's a good question.
He asked me that question.
Club.
Oh, Eddie, did you know it?
I think in the Premier League, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Bro, I really don't know. This is mad. I can't remember this. Can I ask a friend? Help me out. All right, I'm gonna guess. It's not North London derby. I'll go West Ham. West Ham.
Final answer?
I was thinking West Ham as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie, you want
Final
to take
answer.
a guess?
It's either Aston Villa or Fulham.
Final answer, yeah?
Yeah.
Dwayne was close. It was the other West.
West Brom.
West Bromwich Albion.
Ooh.
It was a guess anyway. It was a guess.
Chelsea. This one should be close to home for you, Mike.
Oh gosh.
How many will Essien score for Chelsea?
How many goals?
Yeah.
2.
7?
Final answer?
Yeah.
17.
Ooh. Okay. In the Premier League, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
I was surprised as well when I saw it.
Nice.
Must have been a lot of deflected goals.
Funny guy.
Also, we all won the outside lace foot top bins against you know who.
Awesome.
Yeah, but that was in Carling Cup. That was not in the Premier League. So.
No, that was in the Premier.
That was memorable goals, isn't it?
Was that in Prem?
That was Prem.
It's a Prem 1-1.
Yeah.
So I remember that game.
Cup. Okay.
It was out the blue. It's about 30 yards out, bro.
Yeah.
You go on, D.
Wow.
You got questions, D?
Oh man, you know what? All right, quick fire, man.
No, if you have it, it's cool.
No, it's a quick
fire.
It's
cool, man. I'll go for it.
Conscious of time, innit?
I'm gonna go Nana first. Top goal scorer in Manchester United midfielder of all time, and that's from the 90s. So don't worry about Bobby Charlton and them man there. from the 90s and beyond, top goal scorer and midfielder.
Ryan Giggs.
Well done, son. Well done.
That's easy though.
What?
Played over 800. No, it could have never been scores.
Bro, there's only like what 10 goal difference.
Yeah. I remember there was a about Giggs. He I think he was one of the only Premier League players to have scored 10 or more goals consistently every season for like 13 seasons in a row.
He played longer than Scholes, didn't it?
Oh, for Man United, he did.
Yeah. Well, he only
For
played.
Man United, he did.
To be honest.
They both only played for Man United. Both one club men.
Yeah, well, yeah, go on. Mac.
Yeah.
Cup Winners' Cup. What year did you win it? In fact, I'm gonna go with what was the score, who did you play, and who scored the goals?
Cup Winners' Cup. We won that 1-0. Who did we play? I think we played Sturm Graz. And I think the goal scorer, Sturm Graz.
Sturm Graz, you mean?
What area is that?
I think it's a Swiss team. Or Austria.
Austria.
It's Sturm Graz, bro. Not Sturm Graz, bro.
No, Sturm Graz. Sturm Graz. No? Anyway, I think the goal scorer was Cup Winners' Cup. I think it's either Vialli or Zola. I'm gonna say Vialli 1-0 against Sturm Graz.
You basically had it, and then you switched it round.
Zola, innit?
It was Zola. Got man of the match, and you were playing Stuttgart.
Oh, Stuttgart.
That's a Sturm Graz.
But there is a team called Sturm Graz.
There is.
Yeah.
There is Austrian. Yeah. I think they
close.
played Man United sometime in the 90s. They've been relevant for a while though.
That was a good question, though.
Eddie, huh?
That was a good question.
Yeah, just freestyling, bro. Just freestyling. Eddie, you ready?
Yeah.
Who scored the winning goal in the 1993 League Cup final for Arsenal?
I wasn't in England, so
Fam, come on, mate. We're historians out here.
You can't keep using that excuse, man, for everything.
Answer the damn question, man.
Oh, the League Cup final in 1993.
League Cup final in 1993.
My word.
I'm gonna say League Cup final. I'll say Hughes. No, Alan Smith. Okay.
That's your final answer, yeah?
Yep, Alan Smith.
Steve Morrow.
Okay, never heard of him. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a centre back. He didn't play too many games, to be honest. But yeah, I watched that final, Sheffield Wednesday.
Just so you lot know, anything before 1999, I won't have a clue.
Wait, what country? What time did you get?
I came back to England in 99.
So but when were you? What, you was born here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you had no exposure to football in Ghana?
I did, not to Arsenal. I had exposure to Bayern Munich, Man United, the World Cup.
Milan.
Yeah, George Weah. Yeah, them times. But Ronaldo, but not Premier League.
International football kind of thing.
Premier League wasn't big in Africa them times. It was more so the Italian league.
Yeah.
It's the Arsenal and Man U that put it on the map.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there, Mac.
I know you're taking cheap shots. But yeah, all right. So we're still in October, so obviously we're celebrating Black History Month. So I'm gonna ask you guys this question. I'd like you to name your most underrated black player of the Premier League era.
John Salako.
I was gonna say you first, but
no, I'm joking.
Did he even play Premier League? I thought he was more Division 1.
No, he did. He played Crystal Palace and I want to say Sheffield Wednesday, but he definitely was Crystal Palace, and that was in the Prem. Black player, yeah.
Yeah.
Underrated. I'm gonna say Ian Wright.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Ian Wright. He's more of an Arsenal legend than he is a Premier League legend. Yeah. And the guy literally had the whole team on his back. I'm gonna say Ian Wright. I'm gonna go with Ian Wright for Premier League anyway.
Okay.
I'll go Ian Wright.
And just a quick answer as to why you think he's underrated.
Bro, Arsenal were 1-0 to the Arsenal, and that 1-0 was always Ian. That's pretty much it. He literally won us every game. The goals literally came from him.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally by himself. They literally was 2 banks of 4, and Ian Wright. That's it. Long ball.
Yeah.
Ian Wright would make it happen. And now he's the reason why I support Arsenal. So,
all right.
Yeah, Ian Wright, I'll go with.
Eddie?
I don't even know, bro. Most underrated black player in the Premier League. I would say, and people are going to say, I would say Heskey, because Heskey didn't get the ratings that he should have, helping, because he aided Owen be the player that he was. You know, so I'll say Heskey. No one talks about. I always say he's a Liverpool legend, but people laugh at me. So,
but you know, I agree with you because I was thinking Heskey as well. but I got someone different. So.
It was between Heskey and Sol Campbell, because I feel like Sol Campbell don't get spoken about enough when it comes to when everyone's picking like the all-time Premier League defenders. They look at Rio Ferdinand and John Terry. Like, I'm sorry about that. Sol Campbell was in his time, he was the best defender in the Prem. So, but I'll go with Heskey because Heskey don't really get spoken about, especially when it comes to Liverpool.
Cool. All right. Nana?
I'd say Cole. Andrew Cole. You know, his Newcastle days to go into Manchester United, scored the amount of goals that he scored. Didn't really get much of an opportunity to play England as well, but again, we know about the racism and the lack of opportunity for black players in the national team. But yeah, I'd say Andy Coleman.
Okay. Yeah, that was my person as well. But luckily I had two. And Andy Cole was like my Premier League guy, but from a Chelsea perspective, I was gonna go with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Because I think he was so underrated because he was top scorer in like 2 seasons. Obviously, one was joint with some other players, and one was by himself. And he scored goals for fun wherever he went, like Leeds. Even when he left Chelsea and went to Middlesbrough, he was still scoring goals, and he had like a proper shot on him. So I think he's very underrated. And I think the reason why he's underrated as well is because he didn't win a lot of trophies. So I think that didn't really help his cause. But as a player, he was serious. He was a serious striker.
Saying that as well, then you gotta say Yakubu as well, because Yakubu was a madman.
You know, I was gonna say.
Yeah, do you know what? I think he was underrated as well. You know,
yeah, I was gonna say Benjani. Fam.
Yeah,
Benjani. Bro.
With Portsmouth, you know.
Yeah, he went to City. Remember?
I was gonna say for Banks, you know, but I thought that.
Yeah, man. All right, so I'm gonna finish off on a talking point because obviously there's been a lot of talk about certain managers, they should get their sack and stuff like that. So do you guys agree with media broadcast companies such as BT, Sky profiting off fueling speculation that managers should be sacked?
I mean, that's what they do.
But do you agree with it?
It's about broadcasting channels or media outlets?
I think both. Probably
what are you talking about, Mike? Are you talking about influencing, or are you talking about just broad? Because it's news, innit? At the end of the day, you're gonna speculate in it. It's all part of news, bro. So what are you talking about? Fueling? I'm talking about like the fire.
Yeah, so like fueling the fire. So for example, let's say let's take Oli for example. Yeah, he's having a bad run, right? So in theory, you would think, yeah, he should be sacked and another manager should come in. But from inside the club, they might not be seeing it that way because he might be doing other things where they think, okay, this guy's actually still doing a good job. So for that factor, just because the results aren't the best, should the media companies be fueling like speculation on someone being sacked? Because when I was watching like Super Sunday, the way some of the presenters are asking questions like, oh, do you think he should be sacked? Like the way they word the questions is like they want the manager to be sacked so that they can create these headlines. So that's why I'm asking you guys, do you agree with the way they do it?
Well, you have to give an honest opinion, man. I mean, my argument with English pundits and English press is they're all like robots, man. They all have the same opinion. So
yeah,
Ollie's not doing a good job. Everyone can see that. Man United's a big club, a very big club. He should have never got that job, yes, be honest. That was romance more than anything else.
Yeah.
And for the last the whole of last season, he was very fortunate in decisions. He's got a lot of match winners in the team. You're looking at Man United, look at the players they got, bro. Can you tell me what style of football they play? Because I don't know what style of football they play.
Yeah.
Can you tell me? So he deserves to get sacked. And Carragher it was fair for him to say it. If you want opinions in it. You want honest opinions in it, and he should be sacked. He should never have got the job in the first place. So he's just being honest. I appreciate honesty, man. I don't want robots on the screen. That's why more time I turn off when they speak about the game after the match, because it's like robots. But Ollie deserves to get sacked, man. You shouldn't be in the job. Let's be honest.
My thing is, Arsenal had a poor start to the season, right? And everyone's calling for Arteta's head. Arsenal are on the same points as Man United. Man United's only played one top team. Or one so-called Big Six team. So, I mean, Gary Neville is going to back his guy, right? Because whenever Carragher asks me questions, he's like, as a Man United fan, no, you're a pundit. You're there to do a job. Answer the job. The stats are staring at you in the face. I don't think TV, like Sky and people like that fuel the fire. I think they ask the questions the fans want to know, and they want honest responses. Yeah. So that is their job to me, right? Because obviously, if I watch, Super Sunday and they don't ask certain questions, I'm like, these guys are jokers, man. Yeah, like they're puppets. But someone like Jamie Carragher, someone like when they had Henry and that, they will ask them questions that as a fan you want answered. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for Ollie. Man United is too big of a job for him. It's too big of a job for a lot of managers, but they want to take, they want to try and see if they can be a top manager. And unfortunately,
can I interject quickly? Mike, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would you prefer Gary Neville's punditry, or would you prefer what Cara said on Super Sunday? So Gary Neville was defending why we're talking about sacking.
Yeah.
And Carragher was just stating sheer facts.
Yeah.
So which one would you prefer?
I prefer Carragher.
That's what I'm saying. I just want honesty at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think Carragher was very honest. And the way he was putting the questions to Gary as well. Like he was straight up. It's like Gary didn't want to go against his boy.
Exactly. But if it was any other manager, guess what Gary would have been saying?
They deserve to be sacked.
He shouldn't still be in a job.
Yeah.
So I prefer honesty all the way, man. I prefer honesty all the way. And we all know Ollie shouldn't be there. The job's too big for him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Now, anything you want to add?
No, yeah, like Eddie said, I don't think it's fueling, At the end of the day, they're pundits there and they're presenters, and they've got their job to do. And their job is to ask the tough questions, to get the debates talking, to analyze things and to look at it as a neutral point, a perspective. Now, Gary Neville has already come out previously on Monday Night Football, and he says Ollie's his friend, Ollie's his teammate. He likes Ollie as a guy, and he's never going to turn against Ollie. So he's already confirmed and fully said he's with Ollie. He will always be, and he'll never go against Ollie. Now, someone like Paul Scholes, he came out midweek and he said about the Champions League performance, and he gave his honest opinion, and he gave what he thought the tactics were against Atalanta. And if they do, and when they do play Liverpool, if they do that, what was going to happen? And there we go. He was right. And he said what was going to happen, and it did happen. So he was just giving his honest opinion, whereas Rio Ferdinand tried to take positives again out of it because his former teammate, his friend is Ollie, and he didn't want to give too much of a negative on Manchester United. But again, once you've left the club and you're no longer a football player, you have to take your feelings out and you have to do your job as a pundit to give your perspective as a neutral on how it's going and what you think your views are. You can't give that sort of influence, to say you're going to side with the club or a particular former player of yours because you don't want to see them sacked. So I don't think there's anything in field. I think it's all there for us to see. We're all seeing it. And everyone's just having to come out of it. I think some people have tried to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him time, but at the end of the day, we can all see it's heading one way, and now it's just, it is what it is, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for that, lads. Great insight. Yeah. I mean, is there anything that you guys want to, what's your final thoughts? Let's get a final thought from the guest of today, Dwayne.
Yeah. Final thought, what in terms of?
Let me just ask. I'm going to ask you a question. Arteta in or Arteta out? I'm Arteta in, man. I support the manager. Look, you know what? I
I'm going to use Man United as the example today, and I'm going to say you look at the camaraderie, where you look at the players, you look at the atmosphere in the camp, and you look at Arsenal's atmosphere, and I can see the players are still playing for Arteta. And as long as that continues, I'll be backing the manager all the way. Okay. He doesn't have millions of pounds to throw at Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo. He's building a team. He's building a lot of young players. It's going to take a lot more work. Yeah. Arsenal collectively had a lot more to do. And he's slowly getting there, man. I mean, you could see a lot more from Arsenal than you can from Man United. So for me, I'll give Arteta a little bit more time.
Cool.
Ollie has to go.
No, Ollie stay.
That damn wheel.
Ollie stay.
All right, cool. So come to the end of the episode. It's been fantastic again. Dwayne, we appreciate you joining us. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
We'll definitely have you back on for sure.
Appreciate it.
Eddie, Nana, as per usual, thank you for being here. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.